was All-Star Weekend. But in this video, we are going to talk about the top 8 things that's happened since All-Star Weekend. So number 1, y'all know the playoffs are currently coming very quickly. The first team to clinch their playoff spot was the Milwaukee Bucks. They did it versus the 76ers. They bended it. They did it February 22nd. Then the Raptors, they were the second. They clinched their spot versus the Warriors. And we are currently waiting on the Celtics to clinch their spot. They could have clinched it versus the Jazz, but they lost. And then they could have clinched it versus OKC, but they lost. So I don't know when they're going to clinch their spot. And I don't know when the West teams are going to start clinching their spot. Those are all East teams. So I don't know. Moving on to number 2, y'all know Curry just recently returned. He only played 4 games this season. Y'all know he broke his right hand. Yeah, he broke, well, I don't know what hand it was, but he broke his hand in October. He hasn't played since then. Y'all know they are currently number 14 in the West. They only won 15 games and lost 46. So I guess Curry just returned because he wanted to play basketball, because there's no chance in hell that they will make the playoffs. But Curry was supposed to play versus the 76ers, a back-to-back game, but they are currently saying that he has the flu. So I don't know when we're going to see him again. But in the game versus the Toronto Raptors, he had 23.6 rebounds and 7 assists. So he did have a good debut. Moving on to the third thing. Y'all know there is a race for the number 8 spots in the West. You got the Pelicans, you got the Grizzlies, and you got the Trailblazers. They said that the Pelicans has the second easiest schedule and the Grizzlies has the second hardest. Y'all know recently with the Trailblazers, Lillard just returned from his groin injury, and they are currently saying that Nurkic, who basically missed half of the year, is supposed to return March 15th versus the Rockets. So don't count out the Trailblazers just yet. But I feel like the NBA really wants to see the Pelicans versus the Lakers in the first round. That's why they gave the Pelicans the second easiest schedule. But I don't know. We're going to see. But speaking of the Lakers, moving on to number 4, y'all know they recently just picked up Markieff Morris, and they recently just picked up Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters came from Miami, and Markieff came from the Pistons. So those are 2 good pickups coming off the bench. So I don't know how that shit's gonna work, but we will see. Y'all know they got rid of DeMarcus Cousins for Markieff, and they got rid of Troy Daniels. He is gone to the Nuggets. So either way, he's not on a bad team. Moving on to number 5. Y'all know Kyrie. He is out. That he said he re-aggravated his shoulder, so he's out for the rest of the season. Even though we barely seen him this season, he only played 20 games this year. So forget it. The Nets don't even need him. They are definitely going to the playoffs, even though they're not going to win a ring, but they're still good and they're moving to the playoffs. Moving on to other injuries, Kelly Oubre with the Suns. He is injured with his knee. He is out for 4 weeks. So I don't know. I mean, the Suns wasn't making the playoffs, but it's really sad because Kelly was doing good. Moving on to Ben Simmons. Y'all know he's been out for a few weeks with his back. Joel Embiid, he was out with his shoulder, but he should be returning Wednesday versus the Pistons. And then Kemba, he had a knee soreness and he hasn't played since All-Star, but he is back. Moving on to Jeremy Lamb, he is out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL, a knee fracture. But before he went to the locker room, he made sure that he hit both free throws. He is currently back. I think he had his surgery, so he's definitely trying to get back to that basketball. Moving on, Jaylen Brown, he's supposed to be out for a week with a hamstring. So those are all the injuries right now. Moving on to number 6, I know Bradley Beal is with the Washington Wizards. He's been doing great. A few weeks ago, he had 2 back-to-back 50-point games. He had 53 versus the Bulls, and then he had 55 versus the Bucks, which is 114 in total. That's crazy in 2 games. But the NBA drug tested him after those 50-point games, which is crazy. I guess you can't make 50-point games without getting drug tested. I don't know when they started doing that, but they did drug test Bradley Beal. He is a leading scorer. He is number 1, sitting with 33.9. He recently said he will not be leaving the Wizards. He said he basically wants to retire with the Wizards. I don't know why, but that's what he said. Moving on to number 7, y'all know the Rockets got rid of Capella. They got rid of Capella January 31st, and they are 10-3 since then, and they are averaging 120.2. But they definitely just got their ass whooped by the Clippers. Moving on to number 8, the final one. Kobe Memorial was on February 24th. They had Michael Jordan speak, they had Shaquille O'Neal speak, and they had the Lakers owner, what's his name, Rob, I don't know how you say his last name, but he spoke too. And then they had his beautiful wife speak, Vanessa. It was definitely a beautiful service. Sad, but it was definitely beautiful, and Shaq made everyone laugh with his statement. But it's pretty sad because Rob was texting him the day before that crash, so it's pretty sad. But those are the top 8 things that's been happening since All-Star break. Thank y'all for watching. I will see y'all next time.
The guys were complaining. Said, Shaq, Kobe's not passing the ball. I said, I'll talk to him. I said, Kobe, there's no I in team. And Kobe said, I know, but there's an in me in that motherfucker.
It's safe to say I earned it. Whoa, yeah. None of you guys can flash me. Whoa.